Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. And they said unto him, In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them back to Bethlehem, and said, Go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also. When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeareth to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night, and departed into Egypt. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men.
The star of Bethlehem, which appeared in the sky, and guided the wise men to the child Jesus, and stood over him, was a sign from God to man, that an event was taking place. The star appeared at the birth of Jesus, but by the time the wise men followed the star to Jesus, he was a young child around the age of 2. The wise men were believing Gentiles, who came from far away, to worship the newborn King of the Jews. When they entered Jerusalem, they were summoned by King Herod, and quizzed on when this new birth had occurred. They surmised around 2 years ago. He instructed them to find him, worship him, and return to him, and let him know where he might find him, in order that he might go and worship him also. Herod sent them out to Bethlehem, and they left Jerusalem, and continued on their 5-mile trip to Bethlehem. They followed the star, and it came to rest on the house, where the young child was. And they went in and worshipped him. I believe the sign of the appearance of the star of Bethlehem, and the 2-year time it took the believing Gentile wise men to get there, is prophetic to us. It took 2 years from the time of the appearance of the star, until believing Gentiles arrived in the presence of God. And once they were in the presence of God, King Herod never saw them again. And after their disappearance, came a great destruction upon the house of Israel. How does this pertain to us today? Listen to what John Hay has to say about the star.
This past week, June 30th, After the absence of roughly 2,000 years, the Star of Bethlehem made a return appearance in the heavens. Science reports that Venus and Jupiter made their tightest, highly visible conjuncture in nearly 2,000 years. The reference to the Star of Bethlehem in 3-2 BC is believed by astronomers to be the convergence of Venus and Jupiter. It happened the night Christ was born. It happened again last Tuesday night of last week for the first time in nearly 2,000 years. Joel, the 2nd chapter and 30th verse says, "I will show you wonders in the heavens before the coming of the Lord." Jesus said in the Gospel of Luke, "I will show you wonders in the sun, the moon, and the stars." June the 30th, the Star of Bethlehem reappeared. God was sending us a signal. Are we watching? Are we listening? The King is coming, church. Prepare to meet the Son of God.
There is a sign, which will happen in heaven on September 23, 2017, showing the rapture of the church, when a mostly Gentile church will come to be in the presence of God. Is this a coincidence, that the sign happens around 2 years after the appearance of the June 30, 2015 Bethlehem star sign? God's trying to tell you something, and He is writing it in the stars. Listen to what Joel has to say.
The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come.
In September 2015, Jerusalem saw a blood moon over their city. On August 21, 2017, America will see the sun turned into darkness, as an eclipse travels across mid-America. All of these things are happening before the September 23 sign of Revelation 12. Are these markers, pointing to the coming day of the Lord? Church, we take offense, when someone sets a date for the event of the rapture. We faithfully recite, "No one knows the day nor the hour of his coming, but the Father only." Okay, I get that. But the Father Himself is telling us, in the stars, when that day is, and we don't believe Him either. So if we don't believe man, and we don't believe God, then we are left without a witness.
But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober.